Hello, everybody. I guess it's time to wrap up the first thread of our discussion. So I guess that you've covered all the points in terms of pros and cons of Facebook versus Google. So let's do a quick wrap up. In terms of opportunities that Facebook brings, we have number one. Toby, you were mentioning the huge audience that this social platform has, and also the huge amount of time that every user spend on it every day. Okay, so huge activity. Then Rachel mentioned the interactivity and engagement. No, the engagement is one of the key attributes of social platforms and of course of Facebook as well. Patricia, you were mentioning the viral effect, the fact that people share the content with their friends. And then Dream, you even said you even share some data about the clothing industry. For some industries like clothing, this is especially relevant. So it's been said that on average there are like 3 or 4 new visitors per share. So many purchases, not only online but also in real life, in offline, are influenced by the opinion or by the actions of our friends. So this is the same thing, but in a different platform. Then, Maureen, you were mentioning about the hyper-targeting capabilities of Facebook. It is amazing the information that Facebook has about all of us. And it's not only socio-demographic information, it's also information about our likes, about our interests, our preferences. And this is actually the big battle that there is today in the internet. The hunting of data, what is known as the big data, by the big players in the internet. They want to know as much as they can from every one of us in order to monetize that knowledge with advertising. So this is one of the key capabilities of Facebook as well. Then customer insights. So as an advertiser, as a business, it allows you to know more information about your customers, where are they from, the age, what they like, etc. Then, since the message comes from a trusted friend, it has more credibility when you receive a content shared through Facebook than if you receive a commercial message from a company. And very important, we'll talk about SEO later during this course, but whatever actions we do in social media, they are very good for SEO. That means that the more activity that we have in social media, the better our website will rank on the search engine result pages of Google or Bing or any other search engine. So that's in terms of the advantages, pros. Then, in terms of disadvantages, the number one, I would say, Omar, you were mentioning that in your excellent summary table that you created. It's that people are in a social mood. They are not in a purchasing mood. So for purchasing, it's better if you want to foster immediate direct sales, it's better Google. But for branding, Facebook has more opportunities. So the fact that people are in a social mood could be one of the disadvantages, sorry. And also that people have developed a certain banner blindness, so we tend to skip the banners, especially if we don't search proactively. Then it has a lower conversion rate than Google. So Rafaela, you were mentioning that probably Facebook has higher conversion rate than other social platforms. But social platforms in general have lower conversion rate than search engines like Google. There is an increasing concern about privacy. And as Patricia, I guess you were mentioning, it's becoming a paid platform. So the possibility of spreading content from a company to the audience organically is becoming limited and you need to pay. So we are going to go deeper into this point in our next thread. So in terms of synergies, of course, it's not Facebook or Google. It's using a combination of both. Facebook is good to create awareness, and Google is good to convert into sales in the moment where the user is ready to buy, okay? So it's important to understand what purpose each of these platforms serve to. Okay, thank you very much again for covering basically all the points in terms of pros, cons, and synergies. And let's move on now to the next thread of our discussion.